The main reason the United States and Israel attacked Iran or have been having issues with Iran and we continue to have issues with Iran are not really because of Islamic restrictions, dictatorship, suffering of the people as social media and Western media may have it. Amongst other reasons, here are 5 major reasons the United States attack Iran and we continue to attack Iran. 1 is to prevent Iran from having nuclear weapon. 2, the US has always warned Iran to stop their nuclear enrichment program, to give up their stockpile of enriched uranium, stating that with the way the program is going, Iran is close to being able to develop or build a nuclear weapon. And of course, Iran has always refused, stating that this is a peaceful program. If you recall why the United States attacked Iran some time ago, I think on the 22nd of March last year, when the United States attacked their nuclear enrichment facilities that was underground. The United States attacked Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan. It was said to be where Iran's nuclear enrichment facility was. It was an underground. 3, because a nuclear-armed Iran will change the balance of power in the Middle East and will serve as a big threat to Israel, the United States, and to some extent, the world. 4 is to reduce Iran's arsenal and reduce their military capacity. This strike killed a lot of generals and intelligence officers. Iran has both ballistic and hypersonic missiles. Ballistic missiles, it can be shot down, but hypersonic missiles, most of the times the radar cannot detect it. So when you fire a lot of them, the air defense system will not be able to hold all of them. So damage is inevitable. This was part of the reasons for the attack, to destroy many of their arsenals, many of their hypersonic missiles, their ballistic missiles that was in Iran. 5 is because the US wanted the regime change, a change of government. This Ayatollah Khamenei know the year word. The US has not been able to work with him. I know you want to say Iran is a sovereign state. They should be allowed to own whatever weapons that they want. Why is the US stopping them? Under the Global Arms Control Agreement, it is called the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons. Iran, alongside other countries, has signed, meaning Iran, alongside every of all these countries that have signed under this NPT, Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, are signed that they will not have nuclear weapons. This was signed in 1968. Remember what Albert Einstein said about war? He said, I know not what the Third World War will be fought with. He said, but I'm sure that the Fourth World War will be fought by stick and stones. Meaning, with the level of advancement the world has become now, if a Third World War breaks out, the world will go nuclear. The world will be wiped out. There will be nobody in this world. In few minutes, China can finish the whole of US, can finish the whole of any country in few minutes because of nuclear. Nuclear is very delicate. So in the hands of developing countries, aggressive countries, countries that have nothing to lose. Imagine Iran, currently what is going on now, has nuclear weapon. You see, they will likely might have released it to other countries. And you know how delicate and dangerous nuclear weapon is. I had this discussion with a friend of mine some days ago. He made a practical example. He was saying, if everybody is allowed to hold guns, to have their guns, everybody will respect each other. You would not want to attack your neighbor because you know your neighbor has a gun. Why he has a point? You have to understand that in the international system, there are 2 ideologies. There is idealism and there is realism. For you to understand realism, you have to understand how men think. Realism deals with how men think. For you to understand how states think, you have to understand how men think. Men are selfish, men are self-centered. It is always about their interests. For you to understand how states think, you have to understand how men think. So state thinks like men. To get my point, the nuclear weapon the United States dropped at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, up to today, it is still being felt. Nuclear weapon is dangerous in the hands of third world countries, developing countries, aggressive countries. So guys, make sure you like and share. Make sure you are following